Step 4 is face. Finally onto the face, beauty face. I already did moisturizer, which is kind of just my primer, but I also do use a little Porefessional. Just use a little bit on my nose because I do have big pores on my nose, what of it. And now I'm gonna do a little color correcting. 5 o'clock shadow, you really can't see because I don't have a very bad 5 o'clock shadow, but some people it's really blue in this region and in this region and over here and even up here where I've shaved my sideburns. So in order to counteract that blue hue, you wanna use an orange. Really blend it out so you don't end up with an orange face. And now foundation. I've been using this MAC Pro Longwear. There's all different kinds of foundation, and I will say that Queens make you feel like you have to use a really thick, heavy foundation. Bitch, if you have beautiful skin, you do not need to. You don't want to put a ton where you know you're going to be putting highlight. And blend it, I mean blend it up into there, but you don't need to like have that area covered. And I'm going to blend out the forehead a little bit. And then I like to use my kabuki brush, put a little more foundation on it, and then just work it around and go down that neck, girl. I do my ears as well because they stick out and they're really red. Now I'm gonna do my highlight. Now I am extremely pale, so I do use TV white. I go and I do my under eye. I really hug it right up in here, and I pull it over onto my nose. So I do that little side part. I have a wide nose. So that already kind of creates a template for your nose contour. So now I do this area, kind of here. This area of my face is a little bit sunken in, so I kind of like to fill her in. And you're kind of creating that triangle shape. I do a little bit here, and it's okay if you go onto the brows, because that kind of gives you that ombre effect. The idea is it makes you look like you're being blown out by a spotlight. I'm gonna take a brush and do a little bit more fine-tuned highlighting down the bridge of my nose, which is the classic. Every queen is obsessed with this moment. Oh yeah. And I kind of flick it up a little bit into there. And then I'm gonna go right under my eye. And I'm gonna go hug my eyeliner, honey. Clean up that line. Boom. Contour, the beloved contour. You gotta know your face. So like for me, I have a pretty round face. It's not very masculine, so I don't feel like I need to like contour like Trixie Mattel. I just do a nice little block of bronzer. Fill this whole area in. I look at old photos of Marilyn Monroe and she always just kind of has a little block of contour, and we're all trying to look like Marilyn, so. And then I'm gonna do this little area here. It's kind of minimizing your forehead. Drag it around here just lightly and pull it down. From far away, it'll make you look like you have a dainty neck. Work it up, honey. And carry it into the hairline. Then I'm gonna kind of cut underneath that with a white powder, right underneath it. And I drag it all the way here. For guys, they can get really gaunt in here. So I think the white helps pop it out, because otherwise you look like Riff Raff from Rocky Horror. This time I'm gonna use a brush, and kind of you can tap it in your hand. You don't want a big chunk of powder, because then you're gonna end up with a really powdery chunky mug. Under the eye. Just lightly. And you don't want all of this to be white. You want like white in here, and then we're gonna do like a neutral powder there. I am pale as hell, but I don't wanna look like a ghost, honey. Like rest in peace, honey. And do work the white powder onto your nose. A little on my nose. And into my forehead. And I'm kind of blending it onto the brow. Now I'm gonna use my like tan powder and kind of pat it underneath the white. And then in between. Warming me up and up here. Now I'm gonna contour my nose. So I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush that I was using before, and now a really light brown, starting in the base here. Just work it down. But yeah, notice how it connects to this little shadow here. Work it down, right up against the white. I have a pretty round nose, so I embrace it. I do this little circle here, which kind of gives you that upturned kind of Marilyn Monroe kind of button nose. Working it right in here. This is a really important zone, and you want it to just be really smooth. I'm gonna use a slightly darker brown to really emphasize this. And I go really dark underneath. I'm gonna take like a pretty dark shadow. My next step is finish the eye. So now I'm gonna do that inner corner and that under eye. My eyes naturally kind of droop downwards, so I try to create an illusion that they're snatching up and out. And the way I do that is I go on my inner corner, I cheat it to try to make it look like it's flipping upwards. So I'll show you what I mean. So I started by just redefining what I already did, and then I'm going under here. See that shape? I'm gonna fill it in. You can drag it out wider, it's gonna make your eye look bigger. So I've connected it so that it really like flows from here all the way up, and it just is giving you that. Now I'm gonna try to match it. Okay, so that's pretty even. I'm gonna do the under eye. And I don't do a lot because I think it makes the eye look really heavy. And again, I'm trying to really create that up and out thing. And I normally don't do bottom lashes. So I start with my big ol' white pencil. And I'm gonna just do my waterline. And I only do about half of my waterline. The rest of the waterline, I'm gonna put black on there later. I'm using a tissue so I don't like get fingerprints on my mug. So boom, my eyes are open and so are my legs. Now I'm gonna use a black pencil on the very outer like centimeter. Again, it's creating the illusion that my eye is winged up higher than it is. With a nice like brown or orange or rust. And I'm gonna just kind of create a little bit of like a line. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna blend out that crease, and that's gonna make it also look a little bit more cohesive. Yes, queen of cohesivity, we stand. Ooh, bitch. I'm so fucking beat. I'm now gonna just draw a little line. It's just that simple. Right, hugging up against my natural lash line and into the waterline. I'm gonna use a little black powder just to smoke that out on the bottom. Then, I'm gonna go right up in here. Remember what I said about the Jessica Rabbit crease? You're really gonna define that bitch. And you can connect it all the way to your inner corner here. And this is really slaying your brow bone. You wanna say, get back, brow bone, get back. I'm feminine today, honey. Blend that out a little bit. And I'm gonna connect it a little bit more to my nose contour. Step 6 is lips. Now, everybody loves a good overdraw. People might have different opinions on this, but I think it looks like shit when people draw their lips out this way. It looks like the Joker. It looks scary to me, I'm sorry. And some people like to look scary, so that's fine. And if you're gonna overdraw, you have to use a dark lip liner. I'm sick of seeing queens that rub the same shade of lipstick all over. You look like a little kid playing with lipstick. And we're better than that. You're fiercer than that. I believe in you. I love you. So this is a dark brown lip liner. And fun fact, it's the one that we use to draw our crease. So I start in the outer corner and I work it up. Match this on the other side. My lips are severely uneven. When I smile, half of this lip disappears. So I have to really accommodate for that. And you can kind of blend it. I like to overdraw on top and then I don't do a major overdraw on the bottom. Now that you've got this little layer down, I'm gonna use that same dense brush to blend it out. I think the key to a good drag lip is not just slapping on one lip color. You really have to create a gradient. I'm actually gonna go a little bit bigger because I'm crazy. Those outer corners should be the darkest parts. So now I'm gonna take a different lip liner. This one is burgundy, and I'm kinda gonna just follow and fill in the spots where I didn't line. So now that I've laid the base for this, I'm gonna just do my lip color on top. I use the Sephora Cream Lip Stain, which is great because it has really nice color, but it does stain like a bitch. You can put foundation on your lips or chapstick even to kind of create a barrier. Oh, shit. Well, sometimes that happens. The lips are the eyes of the whole. This is MAC lip gloss, and bitch, look at her. Okay, now we are on to the final step, you guys, which is finishing touches. Yay! Blush. I like to just slap a little on there, swirl it on kind of in circular motions, all over my contour and kind of working up higher. And I do a little bit kind of everywhere that I contoured because it warms you up a bit. Now I'm gonna like deepen some of these contour moments with this brush, just kind of re-emphasizing them with a slightly darker brown. The nose, here, here, here. I'm gonna do my little beauty dot. If you need to go back in and deepen your black liner, it may have gotten powdery, so just do that. So I'm gonna go back to that little felt tip moment, and I'm gonna draw little wispies. With the black liquid liner, do the tail. Now I take my fluffy brush with some neutral powder and I'm gonna just like buff everything away. Lashes! My go-to, never fails, is a 199 and a 301. That way you get kind of the thickness and length. And it's all about balance. So since I've drawn this huge wing, I really need like a huge lash to make it happen. And I am one of those bitches that uses weave glue. You're not supposed to do it. I've had literally no issues with it. It gets tacky immediately. So I put the inner corner on my inner corner, but then this end is gonna go not on my actual lash line. And you gotta kind of fuss with it. Take your tweezers and like really snatch the center to your eye.
5 minutes later.
So now that you've fucked with them enough, I'm gonna take my white eyeliner, the liquid liner, and go right under there. And basically, that is how I do my mug, honey. Now all that's left to do is feel the fantasy, honey. Oh my gosh, wait, I forgot to do something. Mascara. You wanna make sure that your lashes don't have any dust on them, honey. And I do the bottom as well. So now you can feel your fantasy.
Gosh, this is expensive.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.